name is Rabia Gibla and I'm a Yamanaka lacquerware artisan. Yamanaka is the only place where you turn end grain. So if you look at the tree, most places will cut a piece sideways from the wood. And it's a lot harder to turn the piece up, like sitting up from the wood. I studied design, but I really wanted to work with my hands. I don't like to sit behind a computer and design something. I really like to work with my hands. So I started woodworking in Germany already. And Japan is just, I think, the country every woodworker wants to go to. It's very special and has a very unique history and a very rich craft culture. So Yamanaka is a place where, especially the school here, they teach a lot of crafts, and it was a really good foundation of making the bowl as well as doing the lacquer. We were taught many different ways of lacquer. We had calligraphy lessons, so it was just a really good place to learn, getting an insight into Japanese culture in general and to learn how to make everything from start to finish. Crafts in Germany, they do it to express their personality, and it's about their individual ideas and about their style. Whereas in Japan, there's still a lot of production crafts, which, like Yamanaka, is all about producing hundreds of bowls, and it's not about the person. Often the work is not signed, and it's not about their personal style. I think in Germany, time is very, very scarce, so people always try to be very efficient and do things as quickly as possible and always come up with new ways to make something faster. And in Japan, crafts can take years. Some steps, people always think generations ahead. They maybe plant a tree that they know they won't be able to use, but the next generation. So in Japan, time is really honored and used in a way with a lot of patience, which both I think has good and bad parts to it, but it's just a very different approach. I'm still very much a student, so I still want to stay in Japan longer and learn much more. There's still so much that I want to learn. So at least a couple of years I still want to stay here and learn more and try and get better at my craft. And eventually I do want to return to Europe. And something that's really important to me is to spread knowledge about Japanese crafts. I don't try to create Japanese craft because I don't think I'll ever be able to make objects of the same quality, but I try to make work that is a bit of a mix of the different cultures that I have and makes people interested in Japanese techniques and Japanese materials, and in urushi especially. So I do want to return to Europe and try and promote Japan and Japanese artisans. I think I would like to tell any woman that they shouldn't be afraid to ask questions if they don't know something, and they shouldn't be afraid to do intimidating things. If you don't know how to do something, it just means you haven't been taught yet or you haven't tried yet. And I think a lot of women, me too, were really scared at first to try something that maybe they feel like they're not supposed to be doing, or maybe they don't know how to do because they're women. But don't be afraid to ask questions and don't be afraid to try. Find your true beauty. あなたの輝きはやがて世界を照らす。